Hello friends, myself Vikas Shakya, and in this series of algorithms, I have one more algorithm for you today. And this is a problem statement where you have to find out the sum of two numbers, and those two numbers have been represented by a linked list, right? So first number is 348, and each digit of this number has been represented by a node of the linked list, right? So in 348, the first digit 3, second digit is 4, and the third digit is 8. Okay, and similarly, I have another number where the first digit is 4, the second digit is 3, and the third digit is 9, right? And these two numbers have been represented using the single linked list. I mean, every node, every digit of these numbers have been represented by the node of a single linked list, right? And now you have to find out the sum of these two linked lists, and then the sum should be again a linked list, right? So 8 and 9 17, the carry is 1, so 5 plus 3 8, and then 3 plus 4 7. So this should be the sum, and this should be there with your output list. Okay, so the output list should be like this. So you have to do this. So before I start this one, I would like you guys to stop this video, pause this video right now, and try it yourself. And basically, not try it yourself, at least think like what kind of approach you will take and how you will find out the solution, how you will implement it. And this is a single linked list. Remember this. If this was a double linked list, this was a simple thing to do. But in case of a single linked list, it's a challenge. And that's why this is an interview question for most of the interviewers. Okay, so just stop it and come back again after you have find out your approach. Okay guys, so I think you might have stopped the video, you might have paused the video, and then you might have tried to find out the solution yourself. So now I'm going to tell you what I have done, and if you think that there is something better available than what I have implemented or something which can be improved in my algorithm, you can obviously suggest me in the comment section. Okay, so let's start. So I have just created a class here where I have created two nodes, I have taken two variables, one variable where I will store the data, and the second variable is where I will store the next node address. So this is my class listy, and this is simply a node, right? I have taken a class, you can take a struct as well, but I just want to let you know the logic. Okay, so don't go with the way I have declared the variables, I have used it, right? Just look for the logic. So here I have created one linked list class, and in this class I have taken the variables, and this is the constructor, and then I have created two functions. One function is add last. This function will be adding the nodes at the last. I mean, first this node will be added, and if you will add 4, then it will be the next node to be added, and if you add 4, then it will be the next node to be added. So it will be like, if you start adding, then it will be added like 3 first, and then if you have taken the second node 4, then this will be like this, and then if you take the next node, then it will be like this, and this will be the complete structure of the linked list, right? And this is another function. I'm not going with the logic here, what I have written here, because I'm not going to explain you how to add the node in the linked list. You can stop the video and just try to find out what I have written here, but I'm not going to explain it. Okay. In some other video, I would explain this. I will explain this, that how you can add a node in the linked list, how you can traverse the list and all those things. But today I assume that you know that how to write the logic to add a node at the beginning, add a node at the end, right? So this was the function where you add the node at the beginning, add the node at the end, and this will be the function where you will add the node at the beginning. So if you start putting some values like 3 4 8, then first you will get 3, then when you will add the next element, then 4 will be the next element, and then if you add 8, then 8 will be like this. So every new element will be added at the beginning, and this will be pointing to null, the last element. Okay, so why I have used this function at beginning and at last, why I have written these, the logic is very simple. The reason is that if this is a single linked list, if I want to add these numbers and then I want to store them, then how will I do this? I need to take number of variables. I need to go to the end, and I need to go to the second end node, and then I need to go to the previous nodes, which will be very tough for me in every iteration. So I just written a function, two functions. One function is to reverse this list. This is the function where I will reverse the list. So rather than 8348, it will become 8, 4, and 3, right? And I will use the same function reverse to this list, and this will become 9, 3, and 4. Okay. So now what I will do, I will traverse from the beginning, and I will do like this: 8 and 9, 17. And at this point of time, I will use this function, the reverse function. Beginning in the beginning, I will use the reverse function to reverse these two lists, right? These will be the list of numbers, and then I will just reverse them, so they will become 843 and 934, right? Now what I will do, 8 and 9, 17, right? 17 is 7 and carry is 1, so I will just put 7 here. I will do like this. The first thing would be 7, so I will put 7 here. 7 to next would be null. And then what I will do, I will add these two, 4 and 3, 7, 7 plus 1, 8, because there was a carry, 9, 8, 17, so carry was there. So 4, 3, 7, and 7 plus 1, 8. So at this point of time, I'm not going to add here. I am going to add here, right? So when I will be adding the two lists, numbers of the two lists, then I will be putting each of the node in the list using this function, the add begin, right? And then I will come to this 3 and 4, 7. So again, I will not add at the end, I will add at the beginning. So it will be like this: 7, 8, 7 to null. And this will be my final result. So the entire logic is, you have a linked list 348, 439. These two lists represent two numbers, and each of the digit of these numbers is a node of the linked list. So what I will do, I will first reverse them, and then I will start adding them from the beginning, right? And then I will take care of the carries, and then whenever I will get a new node and a new result, I will just add those resultant digits in the linked list in the reverse order. I mean, using this function, the add begin, right? So now let's see what I have done. This is my function reverse list. This is my function traverse list, to traverse the list, to print the values in the list. And then this is my main function. I have written everything in the main function. You can write the function inside this class itself, but I'm more interested to present you with the logic, not with the way the code should be written, right? So here is the logic. So I have taken two lists, linked list 1, linked list 2. In the linked list 1, I have added these three digits, 3, 4, 8. And in second list, I have added these three digits, 4, 3, 9. So first list represents 348, and the second list represents 439. Now what I have done, I have reversed L1 dot list and L2 dot list. Both lists have been reversed, and then I have created one more node, one more variable of linked list type, which is L result. And then I have started traversing both these linked lists. So here is the logic. I have taken two numbers, num1 and num2, and here I have initiated in every iteration num1 and num2 as 0, and the logic is while temp1 is not equal to null and temp2 is not, or temp2 is not equal to null. And at the end, I have just did like this: temp1 is equal to L result dot head. Okay, so temp1 is equal to temp1 dot next, and temp2 is equal to temp2 dot next. And at the end, when the result was stored, then I have just used this temp1 again to traverse it to print the final result. So let's understand this logic. So num1 and num2 both have been initiated with 0. If temp1 is not equal to none, then I have taken the data from temp1, and if temp2 is not equal to null, then I have taken the data from temp2 dot end data, and then to find out the sum, what I have done, I have added num1, num2 and carry. Initially the carry is 0. When your loop will be started for the first time, it will iterate your list for the first time, then in that case it will be 0. So sum will be num1 plus num2 plus n carry. So first would be like 9 plus 8, 17, and carry will be 0. So sum will come as 17, and now to find out the carry, I will divide it by 10. So this operator, which is the division operator, it will do a simple division. It will be like it will find out the carry as 1, because 10 ones are 10. It will divide only once, and if you have to find out the carry, if you have to find out the actual sum, I mean the digit which you have to put in the node, then in that case you just have to do this. N final sum is equal to n sum. It means 17 percentile 10. This will give you the mod. This is the modulus operator. This will give you the remainder. So 17 and percentile 10, which will give you 7. So 7 should go to the end result dot at begin. So in the L result, I have added 7 at the beginning. And similarly, I will move to the next nodes, and I will keep doing this, and next time the carry will keep adding. Okay, so this way L result will be filled with the final result using the add begin function. And at the end, I have printed this. I have used this temp1 to print these things. So I have just did like this: temp1 is not equal to null, then just print temp1 dot end data with a tab stop, so that every digit will be represented after a tab stop. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, so 787 is the final result. So this is all about this algorithm. So I hope you got the point what I have done. I just did this thing. I just reversed these two lists and then added in a normal manner, just like the addition is done. And while adding each of the nodes, I just found out the carry and the sum and that digit which need to go to the final result list. And to insert the node in the final result list, I have used the function add begin. I mean, I have added the nodes at the beginning of the list rather than putting them at the end, right? So that way it will give me the final result 787, and this will be the final result while adding these two, after adding these two. Okay, so that's all for today. And before I leave, I would like you to request that please like, share and subscribe my channel, and share this video with your friends, and let me know what else I can cover. And you can subscribe my channel to find out other videos, like there are videos on C++, there are videos on C#, .NET as well. So you can find out many things here. So just subscribe it and let me know if anything missing from my side, or I should say that anything else you want me to cover. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. So have a nice day, and bye.